Welcome back, you wonderful people, to another steamy Steam Deck video. And again, we're covering EA games being broken on the Steam Deck and what EA and Valve are now doing about it, because the list is growing every day, and we're going to talk about it in this video. But before we do, please like, subscribe, click the bell icon. It really helps the channel, helps me as a creator, helps the algorithm by clicking like. And like I said, if you want more Steam Deck content on your homepage every single day, click the subscribe and bell icon so you get notified, because I post multiple Steam Deck videos, tech videos, gaming videos every day on this channel. Anyways, guys, I'm Blaze2K. Let's get into it. I love you. Appreciate it. Thanks. So this article comes courtesy of The Verge. Many EA games are burnt on the Steam Deck, but fixes are on the way. Valve and EA both say they're working to solve this issue. Now, I've covered this in multiple videos. I feel like it never ends. Every day there's a new report, a new article coming out saying that EA games are burnt on the Steam Deck. That used to be verified, but now they're not. And one of those games that I've said again and again that I had issues with was F1 2022. Now, I bought that game because it said verified for Steam Deck. I thought after I bought it, I'd be able to play it straight away, right? Well, it turns out it had been broken for like weeks and weeks. And EA and Valve weren't doing anything about it. It did eventually get fixed, thank God. But not before I had to fix it myself using Proton GE, which I've covered also in a previous video. Go watch it if you want to know how to put the experimental, latest, bleeding edge version of Proton on your Steam Deck. Now, let's read the article and see what else is what's been porked since the last time. So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was one of the Steam Deck showcase titles when it first went on sale, and that is true. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was always in the advertising and marketing. Like, this is one of the hot games that they were advertising that worked on the Steam Deck, and it was verified to work on the Steam Deck. EA went out their way to say this game runs fine on the Steam Deck, but then break it months later, right? So now it's likely one of dozens of popular EA games that don't launch properly anymore. Nearly 4 weeks ago, Valve retroactively revoked the Steam Deck verified status of most popular Electronic Arts games on Steam, including every modern Battlefield, Need for Speed, Mass Effect, FIFA, and Madden title. The good news though, both Valve and EA tell The Verge that fixes are on the way. There's also an easy workaround if you're comfortable navigating the desktop Linux interface and are willing to risk your save games. So here is a partial list of the games that are no longer deck verified according to SteamDB data. Now, A Way Out, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Dead Space 3, FIFA 2022, FIFA 21, It Takes Two to Tango, Madden NFL 23, Madden NFL 22, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I know a lot of people have been wanting to play this, but can't because it's borked, or it was borked on the Steam Deck. There might be a way to fix it, I'll tell you how. Mass Effect Andromeda, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I remember playing the first Mirror's Edge, that was good. Need for Speed Heat, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, The Sims 4, Titanfall 2. The list goes on and on, EA. What's going on, EA? Now might be a way to fix this proactively by going and installing Proton GE, which is a community supported and developed version of Proton, the compatibility layer between SteamOS and Windows, that allows you to play these games on SteamOS on the Steam Deck's operating system. There's a community-made version of Proton that's super easy to install. You just need to go to the desktop version, install an app from the store, and basically select the latest version of Proton that they've developed. And chances are, it might fix a lot of your performance issues in current games. Now, Steam sometimes, or Valve, I should say, Valve or Steam, sometimes update Proton at snail's pace via the experimental build of their operating system or the beta build, and they push out little updates to Proton every now and again, right? But like I said, Proton GE is always updated, and there's always new versions of it. So if there's an issue with your game that isn't being resolved by switching to either the beta or the experimental build on your Steam Deck itself, then go install Proton GE, play around, try different Proton versions. I've covered it in a previous video. Go watch it now. Go on my channel, just find a thumbnail that says Proton GE, and hopefully I've explained how to do it on that video. Go try that. It might fix a lot of these issues, okay? His chances are Proton GE's patched in a lot of the stuff that's causing these games to be borked on the Steam Deck before Valve or EA gets around to it. So that list is just a start. This will likely affect most games that use EA's new app. So as you know, EA did release a new app which has a new pop-up interface that Proton wasn't ready for, hence why it broke on a lot of games. Now these games still run on the Steam Deck just fine. It's just EA, being EA, has basically got rid of the Origin launcher with a new EA game launcher, and that is what broke a lot of these games. So it's just a case of EA or Valve obviously patching this themselves, and like I said, Proton GE might have fixed it already, but if not, just wait, because EA and Valve are pushing out their own update fix for it. So a launcher that EA created to replace its previous Origin client that nobody liked or asked for. Yes, Valve confirms that the issue stemmed from the EA app, and Gaming on Linux's Liam Daw discusses in the video below it can interfere with the way Windows games launch on the Linux-based Steam Deck. You'll likely see a Steam logo circling the drain instead of the game you hope to play. Windows games run on the deck because of Valve's Proton compatibility layer, which, like I said, fakes a portion of the Windows file system. So basically, it's like a emulator, not an emulator, but it's a compatibility layer that lets you play Windows software on Steam, right? Now you can obviously install Proton Experimental, but it's not a permanent fix because new updates to the game can break the Proton files and send your game launch spinning down the drain once more. Valve's Pierre Lepage-Griffiths tells The Verge that Proton devs are working to fix that too, but it sounds like they may have to tackle some issues on a game-by-game basis. That's not what you want from the Steam Deck. Now, this is my fear with the Steam Deck in general, was the fact that because it runs something called Proton, that compatibility layer that basically translates certain Windows things to SteamOS to allow it to play on SteamOS. I was worried about certain games releasing updates and patches that broke support for that compatibility layer, and I was fearing that Valve would have to constantly be trying to patch games, game by games, and when you're supporting a library that has over thousands of games, that's a lot of work. If one game breaks on the Steam Deck, then first of all, the community has to tell Valve that the game is broken, then Valve has to investigate, and then hopefully work a patch down the line into Proton to basically fix that game. Now, obviously, when you have third-party versions of Proton, like Proton GE, it does give you options. So you can play around with different versions of Proton. You can install Proton GE, see different versions of that, see if that works and fixes the issue. But it's just part and parcel, I guess, of having a gaming PC, right, that runs on Linux, is that you do run into these compatibility issues. Now, obviously, if you're running games on Windows, this is not affecting Windows games, okay? So if you're dual booting Windows and SteamOS on your Steam Deck, like I am, and you want to play a game without having to worry about this Proton issue, play the game on Windows. It works just fine. But obviously, SteamOS for me is my favorite operating system. It's just so smooth, so fast, so buttery smooth, always optimized. So I prefer SteamOS. If you can get games working on SteamOS and fix these issues, I'll be happy. But there always is that backup of running Windows and playing games on Windows. Let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, EA is also looking into it. While we don't officially support the Steam Deck, they say, we understand the player frustration and we're always looking for ways to improve the experience everywhere our games appear. We're working closely with our partners at Valve to resolve those issues as quickly as possible and hope our players can get back to enjoying their favorite EA games shortly, reads a statement from EA spokesperson. So the EA spokesperson, Charlie Fortescue, said that to The Verge. So in the meantime, you can still get these games to load with one simple trick. If you're comfortable potentially deleting your save files to protect your save games, hold the Steam Deck power button and switch to desktop mode, then follow the instructions in Daw's video to locate your saves and make a copy elsewhere. So basically, you have to really go out your way. If you really want to try and fix this now, you have to go out your way. I wouldn't risk it. Don't risk your saves. Don't go back up your saves and try and fix this manually. Just try different versions of Proton, GE Proton specifically, and don't risk losing your saves. Or just wait for EA and Valve to fix this, okay? Now, let me know what you think in the comments. Typical EA, all right? They mark their games as verified on the Steam Deck, and then months later push out an update without testing it first on the Steam Deck that breaks support for the Steam Deck. Like, how incompetent can some people be? Surely they've got game testers, right? I know they don't officially support the Steam Deck, but at least they're aware of the Steam, the Steam Deck community is peeved off at this, okay? Now, this is another thing, another reason why I want as many people to buy Steam Decks as possible. This is why I post multiple videos a day on this YouTube channel about the Steam Deck. It's because I want to get the Steam Deck in as many people's hands as possible. Because once that happens, developers, publishers will take the Steam Deck a lot more seriously in the long run and start making a concerted effort to start optimizing their games for the system. And that's going to just help everyone out, right? Once games are up, I mean, look at Cyberpunk. They released a freaking graphics mode for the Steam Deck so that it can run Cyberpunk 2077, could run it as best as it can on the Steam Deck. That's the kind of support I want to see from all developers. So, like I said, the more Steam Decks in people's hands, the more they take the Steam Deck seriously, the more it moves up to be in the same tier as the Switch, PS5, and the Xbox, and then we all win and we're all happy. And I'm honestly super excited for Steam Deck 2, and I'm going to be doing a little bit more. I'm going to be doing some videos talking about the possibilities of what the Steam Deck 2 might entail. So please like, subscribe, click the bell icon for more on that. And like I said, I post content every day on the Steam Deck and tech and gaming in general. So please subscribe, all right? Click the bell icon. Also, I stream on Twitch every day at 3 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes YouTube. So go check out my Twitch channel, Blaze2K Gaming. Come follow me on Twitter for behind the scenes. Click the join button down below this video. Support the channel if you want to. And I've also got Patreon, which I'm going to be posting a lot more on soon. More on that soon. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Tuesday, because it's Tuesday today. Unless I post this video tomorrow, it may be a little bit delayed, but you never know. You never know. I might post this tomorrow. If it's Wednesday and you're watching this, I got lazy and didn't post it on Tuesday. All right, so have a good day, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Go check out my other videos. I posted a new video today also on new Skull & Code grip covers for this Steam Deck, which is, I'm so excited for you to watch. Anyways, guys, have a great day. I love you. Bye. It's Blaze2K, signing out. See you in the next one.